welcome back to Oulton Park after the second Bennetts British Superbike Championship race of the weekend, an incident-filled race 2 here. Brad, third place for you. Obviously we had 2 red flags during that race, which made it very difficult for everybody, stopping and starting, and then it was a 7-lap dash. But it seemed like in the final part of that race that you had a bit of a problem. Talk us through it.
Yeah, it's funny. Obviously the first two restarts were really good. Managed to get enough of a gap to control it. Was looking forward to doing the 7 laps on a new set of tyres. But yeah, straight away from lap 1, I didn't feel like I had a lot of grip in the rear on corner entry and mid corner, so didn't manage to get a gap. And then Lee and Tommy come past me, and to be honest, I struggled to stay with them at the end, and I had Glenn breathing down my neck as well. So yeah, difficult race, frustrating, tough one to swallow after leading both the restarts. But yeah, we'll have a look at the data, check the tyre, and then regroup and go again this afternoon.
That's great. Congratulations.
Cheers,
on the
mate.
podium. And back on the podium for the Oxford Products Moto Rapido Ducati team, Tommy Bridewell. Tommy, there was obviously the incident with Jason earlier on in the race. You received a penalty for that, which meant for the restart you had to start right at the back of the grid. But with the second restart, it meant that you were able to be within the fight for that last 7-lap dash. It was a completely amazing sort of turn of events, is probably the best way to put it, from disappointment to having to fight your way through. But talk us through it, because you did have to fight your way back through the pack, didn't you?
Yeah, no, thanks, Laura. It's like I say, it's a fairly controversial position. I mean, I guess obviously the collision with Jason was unfortunate. I said with your spot earlier that kind of just got caught off guard. You know, I'm fairly black and white in. I expected him to be a lot faster up over there, in all honesty. So I just come upon him so much faster, and there was just nothing I could do. And then he turned in really early. But anyway, that's behind me. I come from 22nd, managed to pull up to 6th, and then it was red flagged again. But obviously then I had already served my penalty, so I was able to then start from 7th for the 7-lap dash. And I knew it would be intense. You know, I knew everyone had new tyres, and that was just an outright 7-lap qualification, kind of, you know, no holds barred. Made a decent enough start, got away, a bit messy with a few guys at the start, but I knew I had to be aggressive, because you give Brad or Lee or these calibre riders an inch, you know, they'll take a mile. So I knew I had to be with them straight away, and managed to set a real strong lap time of a 33.6. So you know, that was good. And in all honesty, I managed to, when I got past Brad, I thought, right, now I need to get my head down and go at Lee. You know, there was a few areas where I felt really strong, but credit to Lee, he didn't put a foot wrong. And in all honesty, there was nowhere on track I felt like I was stronger or faster than him in truth.
And you had a huge moment coming out of Old Hall as well, didn't you?
Yeah,
that was a good save.
Exactly, yeah. To be honest, understandably, he defended into turn 1. So he went in a bit tighter, it looked like, and then he ran out a bit wider, and I could see what he was going to do. So I held it out wider and pulled the bike really tight and hard, pulled the gas on, you know, quite aggressively. To start with, I thought, yes, this is it. You know, I've got him. And then because of the camber change from turn 1, from like the dip, as it unloaded, I had a massive moment. You know, and you know, credit to the Oxford Products Ducati team, and we'll just keep chipping away, as I say.
Keep chipping away. Congratulations on the podium, Tommy.
Thank you.
And a return to the top step of the podium for Cheshire Moulding's FS3 Racing Kawasaki, Lee Jackson. Lee, as I was saying to the others, it was obviously a very difficult race. 2 red flags, 3 restarts, but that last 7-lap dash, you made your move first on Glenn, then you attacked Brad just a few corners later. Was the intention to try and upset the rhythm? Because obviously that's what Brad's been talking about quite a lot this weekend, that when he gets into that rhythm, that's when he can bolt. It seemed that you were straight on the attack and took them both by surprise, to be fair.
Yeah, I passed Glenn into turn 1, and I knew that I needed to get by Glenn. I felt the pressure was coming behind, and to be honest, the guy that I was most worried about was Tommy. So yeah, I passed Glenn, and coming out of turn 1, Brad kind of looked like he made a mistake or spun, and I was like, I got the run, but it's never easy to pass into Cascades, and you know, I didn't want to cut him up, I didn't want to do anything stupid, so I made the move, and yeah, I led the last 3 laps, and I just kept my head down. The first lap was a bit scrappy, it wasn't the best lap, but I just chipped away doing low 34s, and I was yeah, just really happy to lead the last laps, and obviously I was expecting the typical Oulton Park last corner, last lap overtake, and I think I just managed to defend enough not to get, you know, put that on the plate for someone, and I'm just mega happy to be back on the podium and again get my second win.
And looking ahead to race 3 now, obviously we're hoping for a less incident-packed race 3, it's fair to say. How do you look forward to the next race and what you can build on? Because obviously we've now not had that longer race that we've normally had, that you use the data and the experience to move forward for the third race. Do you think that will make it a bit wider open as well? Do you think that will affect people's strategy?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I had made a change in warm-up this morning, which would have been nice to get full race distance on it, but I don't believe it's going to hinder us for the next race. I think we're still going to be strong. Finally, we're starting up the front for a change. We've been a bit tough recently, been a bit further down the order, and mid-package, first few laps, it's very hard to get your way through. So starting P3, I think, and yeah, hopefully we can get a good start. And I think, if I'm honest, there might be a couple of us that could break away. If that is the case, it will be a bit nicer, and see what we can do towards the end of the race.
And obviously with the misfortune of some of your showdown rivals, that's now actually moved you up to second in the championship. Still 53 points off Bradley, but it's still the right way forward and positive momentum.
Yeah, that's it. If I could leave here second or third in the championship, that'd be fantastic. Brad's obviously got quite a big margin, but we're here to work each week and push Brad to the limit, and we're going to work hard in the next few races and next weekend to do that.
Thank you, Lee.
Thank you.